Your divorce is final overseas, but the pension and the beach house are here in South Africa. So the real question isn't, are you divorced? It's, how do you make that foreign order bite local assets? I'm Simon Dippenaar. In cross-border divorces, status and stuff are different. South African law may recognize the fact that you're divorced, but when you want to touch South African assets, pension interests or immovable property, you need a South African court order that gives the foreign decree effect here. Without it, pension funds and the deeds office simply won't move. Local assets sit under local law. Pension funds are governed by the Pension Funds Act and immovable property by the Deeds Registries Act. Every High Court division in South Africa has concurrent jurisdiction, practically. You issue where the fund administrators or property professionals are based. The point is simple. You convert a foreign outcome into a South African order, then serve the institutions that must execute it. If your foreign decree expressly divides South African assets and both parties agree, we use an ex parte application in the High Court. It's clean and documentary. A notice of motion, a finding affidavit annexing the signed consent paper or settlement, and a confirmatory affidavit from the other party. You ask the court to give local effect to the foreign order only for the identified South African assets. Pension example. A UK divorce decree says spouse A gets 50% of spouse B's South African pension interest. The fund cannot act on a UK order. We obtain a South African High Court order on the papers and then serve it on the fund, which implements the split under the Pension Funds Act's clean break rules. Property example. A Spanish decree awards 50% of a Plettenberg Bay home. We bring a South African application with the foreign settlement attached, get the local order and lodge it at the deeds office. Only then can transfer or endorsement happen. No agreement, or the foreign order is silent on South African assets, and you don't use the ex parte lane. You bring a substantive application or action in a South African court, invoking the matrimonial property regime and asking for relief the local court can enforce. For pension interests, the date of divorce matters. Bring the South African application after the foreign decree is final, but sign your consent paper early and have it ready so you execute quickly once the foreign court pronounces. Foreign divorce orders don't operate directly on South African assets. Convert the outcome, draft a compliant consent paper, finalize the foreign divorce, and secure a South African High Court order. Do that, and your international settlement becomes a result you can bank, register, and enforce. If you need to execute a foreign decree against a South African pension or property, book a confidential consult. We'll map the exact procedure, prepare the papers, and move your matter from theory to done.